Hi, you guys. I hope you all are having a great Sunday morning. Very vibrant one, very positive one. I'm here with the first ever episode of this segment that I'm introducing on YouTube, which is Chatty Sundays, where I just sit here and I share my musings with you, just chat with you a little bit with a cup of tea. So basically, you guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically in my first ever YouTube video, I'll link it down below obviously. I actually said that I'm going to introduce this segment where I'll just sit here and I'll talk to all of you, and just it's sort of a normal chit chat. It's not like it's not going to be a constructive discussion or anything like that, which is usually what happens in my podcast, A Friend and Personal. If you have not checked it out, that's also linked below. So, in my podcast, there's just a lot of structure, a lot of points, a lot of facts thrown onto you, which is also, it has its own beauty, it has its own utility. But I feel like I never get the chance to just sit and like talk. And I have explained before, like in my first video, why I can't vlog right now. I would love to do that at some point. But let's just see how that happens and if that's something that's feasible. So, for now on, I'm just going to do this Chatty Sundays, and I hope you all just like spending your Sunday mornings with me. So, the idea is that I will record and I will work on this and I will put it up around, any time on Sunday morning. So, basically, whenever you're having your breakfast, your tea, your brunch, your late breakfast, your early lunch, whatever you prefer to have. And I'll also have my tea here, and then we can just, solidify this friendship even though we are screens apart. Now, you go and bring your breakfast and tea, and we will chat. But you will ask, I will bring my breakfast and tea. I am an obedient person, but where is your tea? I have my tea right here. So, I don't know how you like to start your day. I like to start my day with a really strong masala chai. My mom makes it, it's beautiful. She has also taught me, but obviously I am not as good at it as she is. And it's just, and I love this cup also. This cup, my parents had it, I think, before I was born or something. And they always thought it was like really nice to just use it daily. So they just put it in a box that whenever the guests will come, we will take it out. The way the middle class households operate. And then they always thought that the guests, they come with children. So they're like, no, they will just break a nice cup. So it never saw the light of the day until last year. I discovered it during one of those Safai sessions, I think during Diwali time, and I'm like, I want it. So now there are 4 of them just getting used every day. Not that you asked for, but this is a little cup story. You guys, I cannot even wake up and open my eyes and start comprehending things till I have my cup of tea in my system. It's beautiful. Also, now you're bored, you're bored with my love for tea. I just wanted to tell you I got vaccinated yesterday. Yes, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know it. I didn't take a picture because obviously it's not something that you should take a picture for. I mean, it's a medical thing. Do you take pictures of your operations and stuff? No, right? So that's why I didn't take it. I seems very logical to me, and all my friends were like, "Why didn't you take a picture? It's such a pivotal moment." And I'm like, "Yes, but I think it's a necessity. You should go and get vaccinated. We are in the middle of a global pandemic, and it's a shame and it's very unfortunate that getting vaccinated or having the opportunity to get vaccinated is a luxury right now, not even a necessity. And it's so sad, but it's so true. To just answer some of your basic questions, that whenever someone says that I've gotten vaccine, everybody asks. I got it in a government hospital. I got co-vaccine, and till now I don't have any crazy side effects. Like, I'm here shooting this video, I do think that my left arm on which I got the vaccine, it's a bit sore. Like, I can't really like lift it. I'm not gonna try also. It's a bit sore, and other than that, yesterday I was feeling a bit feverish, I think. Not a lot, but I never got the fever, but I felt a bit low on energy and I just wanted to lie down and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it was placebo. I'm not sure if it was paranoia, because from the moment you get the vaccine, especially if you're this late to get the vaccine, like in June, and the 18 plus group started in May. So a lot of my friends and family have gotten it already. They're all like, you're gonna get fever, you're gonna get chills, you're gonna get this and that. And I'm like, I'm waiting. I'm like, when? So the moment has not arrived yet, but you can get symptoms in the first week. It's so weird that I'm saying that. It's almost like I'm waiting for it to happen. I'm waiting to fall sick. But no, actually, I'm a bit curious, and you might think it's super weird. But I have weird medical curiosities. I am like, how will my body react? What side effect will it choose to show? So I'm just really excited, and I will let you know maybe in the next Chatty Sunday what happened to my body, because till that time I would have completed 1 week and would be officially out of the period where I can positively show symptoms. Sorry, these tips are going to happen in between. You guys, I wanted to tell you a bit about a strange thought that I had when I heard that I'm going to get vaccinated. So my father told me on Friday night that you might get vaccinated on Saturday morning. And I'm like, okay, great. And then we booked the appointment, we went over there. But the moment he told me that you're going to get vaccinated, I was waiting to get vaccinated for a really long time. But the first thought that came to my mind was not yay, but was like, I have so much to do. Now if I get vaccinated, I'll fall sick and I won't be able to achieve all that. I think it's a very self-damaging thought. Like, it was so weird. I shocked myself that I was thinking on those lines. Let me just tell you, I didn't have a lot to do in the first place. I did have some work that was spilling over from the weekdays, but nothing in a crazy amount. I still did it even when, because I don't show any major side effects, so I was still able to handle that. But it was weird. It was super weird that I felt like that. And I just went into a bit soul searching and introspection, because you know that a person who is as anxious as me, as big of an overthinker as me, soul searching and introspection are just like our hobbies. So I went and I'm like, okay, why do I think that? So my thing is, I always want my weekends to be productive, and I always want to do a lot on my weekends. And it's not like I don't relax also, but even relaxing and what I'm doing as a relaxation becomes a task for me. And I have been noticing that in me since maybe the podcast started, or since maybe I started taking a little bit projects here and there. And it's not because of the podcast. It's not a side effect of having something else also, in addition to my own job. None of that. I just don't allow myself to just chill and let the day pass by me. Yes, I believe in, being intentional about your life and everything. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes for everything. But really, it's not about me being productive. It's not about me being insanely ambitious. I think I'm ambitious and I'm productive in a normal amount. I don't have a very unhealthy relationship with my productivity. So I'm like, no, that's not that. Not that I have a lot of work. Podcasts and YouTube and everything are not something as overwhelming that I can't manage. At least not at this point. So I'm like, what is it? And the reason that I have come across, and the reason that I have settled at till whatever introspection I've done in the last 2 days, is that I'm not trying to be productive. I'm trying to be eventful. I'm trying to make something out of my weekends. I really want something to happen in my life, because let's just face it, my entire 25th year, I'm 25 right now, I'm turning 26 next month, it was spent literally, you guys, in these 4-5 rooms of my house. 2 bedrooms, kitchen, living room, drawing room. That's it. And I feel like if the pandemic would not have been there, as a 25, 26-year-old, I would have done a lot of things. Even when the things were normal, I was not a very outgoing person, but at least I would have done something. I would have get out of my house, and I would have, gone to the movies, and I would have spent time with my friends. And there was this cafe right across the street from my house, and I would have gone there and I would have read a bit, and I don't know, just something. When the weekend used to arrive and I used to go to office Monday to Friday, I used to be like, I am tired, so I'm just going to rest. But after that, there are going to be ample opportunities. And I don't know what weekends holds, what plans we make, and it used to be so exciting. Now, except the fact that I might work less or I might not work at all, the weekends are not different from weekdays. and it's freaking me out. I'm like, isn't this supposed to be the prime of my life? What is happening? Sorry for yelling at you, but seriously, I feel exhausted even thinking about it. And I'm like, okay, if I can't go out, I'm going to make things happen. So I do a lot of Spanish lessons. I read at least one book during these 2 days weekends. I do my podcast. And now I'm doing it for YouTube. I help out my mother. I'm like, I will do whatever I can to make the most out of my weekend while also sitting at home. And it's not about me being insanely productive. It's just me having an existential crisis. Now, the point of telling you all of this is not to just transfer this existential crisis in the start of your weekend or anything. Nothing of that sort. I just want to tell you, this is not healthy. And if you are also going through this period, it's not healthy, but it's also not abnormal. We are stuck in a global pandemic, and there are a lot of things that are changing around us, and it's just a lot of uncertainty that's engulfing us. So it's okay to behave a bit irrationally and a bit abnormally. You guys, I started handling this coping mechanism, and I'm like, no, this is a very unhealthy coping mechanism for me. I'm gonna stay out of it. So I stopped making to-do list at the beginning of my weekends, which should have been a normal behavior anyways. But I do make my to-do list from Monday to Friday. So I'm like, I'm not going to make my to-do list now. I will just see whatever I have to do and stuff like that. And then that would be fine. But you guys, even if I don't make it, whenever I do one thing, even things as relaxing as reading or like sleeping for 10 hours, I do make a mental tick like, okay, this thing is done. This thing is over. And I shouldn't be doing that. What's wrong with me? Do I not work enough on the 5 weekdays that I also have to make the most out of my weekend? Can I just not allow the weekend to happen to me? Instead of thinking like, okay, now I'll just maybe see what I have to do, what more I can do. Maybe I can sleep more, maybe I can read more. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting to feel like that. If you are also going through the same thing, please come out of it. Yes, we think that we are losing out on a chunk of the prime of our life, so to say. But your 20s are not the only time where you have to live. You have your entire life in front of you. Yes, there is a notion that only you have to live in your 20s and whatnot. But just, it's not true. Talk to us antisocial people. Even in the early part of my 20s, where there was no pandemic, I never went out, but I liked the option that I had to go out eventually. And that's it. Like, not everybody's 20s are supposed to be like Dil Chahta Hai or ZNMD. That's okay. Maybe your 30s are going to be like that. Maybe your 40s are going to be like that. Maybe you don't want it to be like that. And your weekends are something that you just want to be a couch potato. And that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely okay. You don't have to feel ashamed about that. And if you are someone who wants to live like ZNMD, but because of the pandemic you can't, there's this one example that really helped me. I'm just going to share it with you. The people who had their 20s, who were living their 20s when the World War I hit or World War II hit or any kind of epidemic or any kind of big socio-economic political change happened, they also lost on their 20s. They lost their family members. They lost a lot of things, because sometimes it does happen. In a few years or so, in some parts of the country or maybe in the world, it gets affected so badly that it becomes so abnormal, and the things that we normally expect from our life, they don't usually happen. But that's okay. It's not because something happened to you. This is happening for some people around the world, and maybe people don't talk about it very easily or so frequently. But I'm telling you, a person in the mid of her 20s, in the prime of her life, when she finally got her money to spend the whatever way she wanted to, she was shut in her childhood home. Now that I'm not trying to sound negative or anything, but yes, now finally when I had the agency of my life, the only agency that I have right now is to shoot this video and nothing else. So that's okay. I hope you're able to relate to me. I hope it sort of pacifies you somehow. We will get through this, and you don't have to worry about it so much. Yes, it stings, but that's okay. Don't think that you have to make your weekends eventful. Don't think that this is a loss that you can't repair. It's not an irreparable loss. You will get back. You won't get back the 1 year, 1.5 year that we have spent in the pandemic, but you will get all of these days back in the years that have to come. I'm sure you have a great life coming ahead of you, and don't feel bad about all these things. So what are the weekend plans? You can't answer. Mine is to just sit in paranoia and wait for my side effects to show up. I'm just gonna finish this tea, and I hope you also have a lovely breakfast and tea. I'm gonna go now, and I'll come back, I think, this Wednesday with the first ever video recording of my podcast. I hope you guys just stick by and see whatever I have to produce. I am very, very, very initial stage of the content creation. So if this video or anything doesn't stick with you, please tell me. I need all the feedback that is there in the world, and I would love to chat with all of you. Bye, guys.